I thought it proper to have a proper dialogue with you on these topics, because this gives me an opportunity to prepare myself. Thank you. Thank you.
Honorable Justice Shri V.R. Kingaonkar, Judicial Member of National Green Tribunal, Western Zone Bench, Pune. Assistant Professor Manjusha Mudgalkar, Special Invitees PRO H.G.Kulkarni, Research Scholar Meenakshi, and the great audience. We are having a chief guest today of the level of Supreme Court Judge, sitting Supreme Court Judge. To be qualified to be a judicial member of National Green Tribunal requires a person having eligibility to be a Supreme Court Judge. He had given us few concepts and how they operate with interrelation with each other. 3 concepts were there. I will take the same thread to the 4th concept. His last concept was human rights. That is rights. My concept is duty. Both are correlated. Those who study jurisprudence, wherever there is a right, there is a duty somewhere. There cannot be sole rights without any duties. However, many a times we ignore our duties, we claim our rights. We give more emphasis on rights. I want this, I am entitled to this, I will go to the court for this, my human right is violated. Do you think that we introspect and say whether I am performing my duties properly? I have also duties. When I perform my duties, then only I have a right to say that my rights also should be enforced. Moreover, in the Constitution, a basic documents, in 1950 there was no chapter, no article on duties. Filling this lacuna, in 1976, 42nd Amendment was made to insert a special part, one more article with 10 clauses relating to fundamental duties. Everybody is supposed to perform his duties. And one duty in 51A, clause G, relates to protection of environment. And today we are having a judicial member who is in charge of protecting the environment. He is the justice. It's not the duty of the state only. Under directive principles, a duty is cast on the state, though it is not enforceable as such, unless it is reflected in the law. And why Constitution? Even before Constitution came into force, there was a sense of protection of environment given to us by many saints. Tukaram Maharaj had once said, everybody in Maharashtra knows Tukaram Maharaj, a great saint. What did he say? Vrikshavalli amasoyari vanachare. These are our relatives. Trees, plants, animals, forests, these are our relatives. And our culture is to worship Tulsi. In every Hindu family, even in cities, in the flats as well, we have a Tulsi. Why? Protection of environment. The rays emitted through this plant, Tulsi, kill germs, virus, bacteria, air becomes clean. We are protected. Trees protect us. We just come out with carbon dioxide, which is taken by the trees, and they give oxygen, which we need. They help us to maintain our life. So that is interplay. And that has been a lesson given to us by our culture. As to rule of law, I want to mention one example. As today chief guest aptly said, that even king is subject to law, then it is rule of law. King should also be bound by the law, then it is rule of law. If king operates law, king decides law, and king is not subject to law, that is not rule of law. Some 2 centuries back, in the history of Peshwas, there was one judge, and that judge, when there was a case against the ruler Raghunath Rao Peshwe, he was the ruler of Maharashtra, and the Chief Justice, when he came to know that a murder was instigated by this ruler, murder of the nephew, what was the judgment given by this Chief Justice? Against the ruler, death sentence is the punishment. Do you know his name? Ram Shastri Prabhune is known for a sense of justice. That is rule of law. He was appointed by the employer, ruler, and he could show the courage to impose death sentence upon the ruler, not anybody else. That is rule of law, which we have been following since time immemorial. There may be certain phases where there may be certain deviations, and many a times a law is bypassed. Many a time there is influence by politicians, industrialists, rich persons. They think that law is in their pocket. But that will not happen always. Law will prevail. Dharma will prevail. That is what the Supreme Court says. Though at the lower level, there may be injustice, we have the apex court, where what will prevail? Justice will prevail. Dharma